Hey guys, I'm Scotty and I'm here with my good friend JD Marie. She's a singer-songwriter and recording artist here in Nashville. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me, Scotty. Here.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself so everybody can get to know you?
Okay, well, I am from a city called Saskatoon in the province of Saskatchewan in the country of Canada. I've been in Nashville since 2016. However, I do spend my summers back up north in Canada. I am a former school teacher. I came here to Nashville to do music. And
Wow.
it's been lots of fun.
So you just kind of go back and forth?
I go back and forth. I usually go back in June, come back to Nashville in September.
Wow. You're
Yeah.
busy?
Yeah.
So what do you think got you into music to start with?
Well, I took piano lessons as a kid. I come from a family of 7 siblings. So
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, Scotty. We all took piano lessons. My dad would sit there on the chair. He'd time all of us. Next, next, next. But I always enjoyed playing the piano. I used to, sometimes in high school, I used to sit home on a Friday and Saturday, not go out with my friends, and I stay home and play piano. So I started out in college as a music major, ended up switching to English literature and French, and got married, had kids, everything like that, and then I started teaching school, so I've always liked music.
Yeah.
I got into songwriting many, many years ago, but that was all put on hold when I became a school teacher, and I got back into writing probably about 10 years ago.
So did you do any music in your school teaching? Like, did you
I taught music with the kids, yeah, but I usually didn't play. I usually directed choirs a lot,
Oh,
so I always
okay.
had a piano in my classroom. My first teaching job was as a music specialist and teaching French, and then ended up going in the general
You
classroom.
taught French?
I taught French.
See, we know each other, but I'm even getting to know more about you by doing this. This is really cool.
Yeah, I taught French. I've lost a lot of French though. And then the last probably 15 years of my teaching, I was in the general classroom, but I always had a piano. I did a little bit of music, but I taught all the other subjects too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool. Now, I know, like, when I was in school, I did a lot of the, everybody else went out, and I stayed home, and I played the piano, and then I played the trumpet in band, all that good stuff.
That's right, you were in band.
I was in band.
Trumpet?
Trumpet.
Trumpet.
I still play every now and
Yeah.
then. So after all that, what made you decide to move to Nashville?
I think if there's a saying, if you have a knife, the best place to go to get it sharpened. So if you're into music, especially songwriting, Nashville is a place to be. I really think so.
I agree with you on that.
There's songwriters in Nashville from all over the world, and the creativity, the music writing vibe is really here. When I'm back home in Canada, there's lots of music there, but I always kind of feel like the odd person out.
Really?
Yeah, because I tend to be the only one that's into songwriting. Hear lots of cover tunes, the odd original song. A fellow musician friend of ours from Florida, Scotty, mentioned to me about a year ago he felt like he was the odd man out in Florida because he was the only songwriter amidst his community. So I feel the writing vibe is really here in Nashville.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
think so.
So how would you describe your music? Would you describe it country or pop or folk? How would you describe it?
Jay's music.
Jay's music.
I would say probably 80% of what I do is probably country, maybe with a little bit of blues, maybe a little bit of Americana. I think I do have a couple of songs that are pop, but I would say the majority is country. My friend Bob was saying it's probably maybe more roots.
Okay.
I think country music has changed, so I'm really not sure what it is. Let's just say
it's kind
Jay's
of all
music.
well, and you do Christmas songs. We've
I
written
do
Christmas songs.
too, a little bit of everything.
I think that's really cool.
How many songs have we written together?
Oh, I don't know. We've written a lot of
We've
songs
written
together.
a lot together. Do we know them
And
all?
now, and now I know you speak French, so now we're gonna have to write
We'll
one in
have to
French.
write one in
We'll have to
French.
write a country song in French.
I read and write it much better than the speaking.
That's funny. Okay, so now, like, when you are in your writing process, like, how do you like doing your lyrics first, or do you come up with a melody, or how do you?
I think come up with a hook a lot of times. I'm thinking of the song, Scotty, that you and I have written together. We usually start with a hook, don't we? And then sometimes we've written a few lyrics, and then all of a sudden we'll write a melody. There's been a few other times where I've had a melody, and I'll sit down at the piano and I'll play it over and over and over again, and all of a sudden lyrics might come.
Yeah,
So I think it really depends. I'd say a little bit of both.
I think so. Now, when I very first started writing, I got melodies in my head,
Okay.
and then I got the lyrics later. But now it's kind of opposite. I do the lyrics, and then the melody kind of comes in.
I think that's what we've done with our last couple of songs.
Mhm.
You remember the last one we wrote? The honky tonk one?
Oh yeah.
I remember song Scotty and I wrote here for anyone watching. I had the title, the hook, and the chorus, but I had no verses. I think I may have had the lyrics a little bit. Scotty, I shared it to him. He came, went and sat down the guitar and had the melody.
I do what
so
I
there
can.
you go. A song I've been kind of struggling with for a few years became a co-write, and Scotty helped me finish up.
Well, cool. I think it's a really fun
It's
song.
really cool.
Let's see what all I have on my pad for you here. So how it's about inspiration or writer's block. Like, do you get writer's block?
I think so. I think we all do.
Uh-huh.
I think when that happens, you just keep writing.
So inspiration, where do you think your inspiration comes from? Or does it just kind of hit? Like
Maybe-
sometimes in the middle of the night,
Broken hearts.
broken hearts,
Broken hearts, or sometimes, you'll be all of a sudden thinking of an idea.
or happy days.
Happy days. We wrote a song about Bubba.
Oh yeah.
Remember Mississippi?
Mississippi
Moonshine.
Moonshine. And you actually recorded that on your
Yeah,
album.
I did, and you've recorded it here.
Here.
In your studio.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then I remember, Scotty, I mentioned to you from an old flyer that I was having that I made for a jamboree I had at the lake.
Mm-hmm.
There was something on the flyer, and I thought that might be another good song. So sometimes an idea or something funny or something, a good catch line that you've had years ago, all of a sudden, hey, that could be a song.
Yep. I remember I used to go walking. I need to probably go walking again. I used to go walking every morning. And for some reason, I got a lot of ideas just when I'm outside, just doing anything. That's really not to do with writing, and all of a sudden an idea will pop in your head.
And I think when you do get an idea, write it down.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about iPhones now, or like a smartphone, is that if you have an idea, you can write it away on the notes,
Yeah.
in your phone. If it's a melody, go da 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 and record it.
Yep. I do that.
You want it to be better than what I just did, though. Yeah.
So, is there a particular song that you're really proud of? Like, does one song stick out to you more than the most?
I don't think so. I think there's many songs. There's probably a few that I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking right now, probably one that I wrote with my friend Bob Houston about my dad and his dad,
Okay.
and about my cabin.
Uh-huh.
Because that brings memories of my dad. That probably sticks out. I don't really play it out on my own though, because I need Bob with the guitar.
Oh, yeah.
So that song definitely. I love some of the ones that we've done, even if I don't play them.
Yeah.
And I first got into songwriting and recording from an aunt of mine, my Auntie Eileen, who passed away. I believe it was in 2005. She used to sing songs as we were growing up around the campfire in
Really?
Saskatchewan. Yep, and she was an incredible songwriter, and I just always remembered her songs. So they have always stuck out in my mind.
You know, you could write a song about that.
I could, yeah.
I mean, about her.
You want to help me?
I will.
Yeah.
Can I go to Canada with you?
You can. I've never thought of that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So, what part of the songwriting process do you enjoy the most? Do you like the writing part better, or coming up with the music, or do you like performing better?
I like performing as long as it's a song that suits me.
Mm-hmm.
And then once if you learn the chord, if I've got the time, sitting down at the piano and trying to sing it. Even if it's a guy song, learning it.
Yeah.
I think learning it.
So learning it is your
Learning
favorite
it.
part
Yeah,
of it. Okay.
learning
See,
it.
I like, and people don't think about this, but I like rewriting. You know, you get a song, and I like to go back and I like to just rewrite and work it.
Yeah. Is that part of learning it though? Because I
I
think
think
once
that-
you learn a song, I mean, I'm thinking you're practicing it, so you're learning it, and all of a sudden you change a word or two that sounds better for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that would be a learning process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I'll write a song and I'll have it all written out, but once I start playing, you have to, let's take this out, or you have to add something.
Yeah.
You know, it's just it is a process.
So sometimes too, what happens when you've written a song, even a co-write. You record it, and I'm thinking of two songs in particular. One that I recorded in 2010, another one I recorded in 2020. The one from 2010, all of a sudden here, 4 years ago, I thought of a better line. Much better line. And then the song from 2020, I thought of a better word. So sometimes that happens, and what do you do if you've already recorded the song?
This happened. It's so crazy that you say that, because I have a song. It's the Repo song, I think. And so I've had that one for a while now, you know. And there's one little thing at the end, and I was like, the other day, I was like, you know what? I'm going to change that little line. And it's just a few little words, but it makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
So I say, even if the song is done, if it makes it better, go ahead and...
And sometimes a better line just makes more sense, and it just comes without even thinking.
Yeah.
I'll just give you an example. The one song from 2010 that I recorded, the line was, "When love was still the same." You know, and then I tried it with Kate, and then all of a sudden I thought of here a few years ago, "When love was just a game."
Oh,
like, that's just so much
I like
better.
That.
Well, that's what I sing. That's how I sing it now, even though it was originally recorded when love was still the same. Which is,
I like the game better.
Well, the game makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would I not think of that?
It just happens. It just happens.
It just happens.
So, a lot of this is going to be geared toward new songwriters, you know. So, do you have any tips or tricks or anything, or any just advice for new songwriters that are just starting out?
I learned how to write songs, and I'm still learning. By looking at structure and co-writing with someone that's written before. Because sometimes I've seen even people that have been writing for years, they have a song that's 5-6 minutes long, verse, 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 verse. So I think there's a structure.
There is a structure.
And you learn, it's like poetry a lot of times. So you might have lines that say A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, then you go to the chorus.
Yeah.
So you might have an 8-line, short 8-line verse, and then do a chorus, and then so basically I think looking at songs, the lyrics, and looking at the structure of songs, by that I mean the lyrics, and take the lyrics outside of the melody and just look at it. You're going to see poetry, and you're going to see a certain type of structure with most all songs.
You know, when I first started writing, I kind of had a mentor, Jan Buckingham.
Oh, big time.
Yes, and she taught me how to structure a song, because I didn't understand about 4 lines, chorus, 4 lines, chorus, or even 3. You know, it's all, but it is a structure to it.
I think so.
So, did you have like somebody that helped you learn that, or was it just from co-writing with other people?
No, I looked at my auntie's songs basically, and she had about 13 songs. And I remember when I first that was the first album I recorded back in 2010. I had been teaching in South Korea in Seoul. I woke up one day, hey, I think I'm going to make a CD, because I remembered all my auntie's songs. A lot of them, most of them were not finished, but I remembered them, they were in my head. And I mean, this had been probably from 25 years back. Yeah. And then I came back to Canada, and I sat down and I looked at the words, you know, so the structure was there. You could really see that. So that's basically, and then I finished a few of them. Yeah. After that, a friend of mine in Calgary, an old friend, we got together, and she had a few songs that she had written. The structure was there, and they were pretty good. Yeah. So then we wrote a couple songs together, and we actually did 8 lines, 8 short lines in the chorus, and they worked fine. So I think it really depends. Sometimes you can start a chorus too soon. But I know then I've heard people say you need to get to the hook right away. Yeah. So I think it really depends.
I think it depends on the song.
I think it depends on the song.
The thing is, there's going to be structure. You have to have structure, but there's really no rules. It's kind of weird. No. Like you have structure, but there's no rules.
I agree. And I think when you write the song, but I think the general rule to be around 3 minutes, maybe 3:30 maximum. Yeah. Is probably good, because when you get to a song that's 4 minutes, might be getting a bit too long. Well, it depends.
Yeah, for like radio play and things like that, like commercial stuff.
Yeah, radio can cut some of it out though. How long is the song American Pie? I think that's pretty long.
That's long. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah,
that's long.
Hey, those are hit songs.
Those are hit songs. So we should write a Bohemian Rhapsody. I don't know.
But I think I've always tried definitely under 4 minutes. Yeah, definitely.
So, and I know you mentioned earlier about what was that song we wrote together? Mississippi
Moonshine. Not Mississippi Hot Dog.
Not Mississippi Hot Dog. Mississippi Moonshine. And you actually recorded that on an album. So why don't you tell everybody where they can find your music and find that album?
Okay, well, Scotty, I'm like you, still trying to get organized. I do have a webpage, jdmarie.com. That's under construction. If you go there, you'll find a few things.
We're all under construction.
Oh, you know, most of my music is on Reverb Nation, reverbnation.com/jdmarie. I'm really new to Spotify. I think I have one listener, or do I have thousands? I don't even know, but I don't really work at it, so I really need to kind of get promoting. But I think it is really time-consuming when you're a performer, a writer, to do all the social media stuff and the business stuff.
Tell them the name of your album.
Oh, I have a new album out called, what is it called? Coming Over the Border. And it was produced by my friend Bob Houston here in Nashville. And some of the songs, actually, a couple of the songs, the piano part for a couple were done in Canada during, no, not during COVID, a year or so ago. I did the vocals to the duet that PJ Stillman and I do, the title song Coming Over the Border. That's a PJ song. He wrote it, but he kind of gave it to me.
And you're
singing
it?
Just told him I want all the money. And I recorded the vocals to that song actually in Canada.
Really?
And, yep. And then PJ in the United States here at Bob's studio recorded the guys, and it's amazing how it came out.
I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Half of it in Canada and half of it here.
And same thing with Good Morning Louisiana. Miles Jackson in Canada did the piano. He's an incredible piano player. This is at Mamio Beach in Alberta. Everything else was done in Nashville.
Yeah.
Back to My Hillbilly Homestead.
Yeah.
I did the vocals to that in Mamio Beach in Canada. Miles Jackson at Mamio Beach, he did the mandolin. Then in Saskatoon, Neil Stubbs did the banjo.
Wow.
And the rest of it was done in Nashville.
Wow.
You know, Bob did all the producing and the drums were done in Nashville. The vocals, I think I did at Mamio Beach. I have it written down. I can't quite remember.
That's crazy.
It's amazing what you can do here and here, miles apart.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I really appreciate you being here. And stay tuned because she's going to play us a few of her tunes.
Thanks, everyone.
And thanks for being here. And remember to like, subscribe, share with a friend. And y'all keep writing. See y'all. Bye.
Thanks, Scotty. Bye. Hello again, everyone. I'm back. And as you can see, I have a piano here. Thank you, Scotty, for bringing it in from the other room and putting it here for me to play so I don't have to bring mine from home. I'm going to do a couple of songs for you. The first one I'm going to do is a song that I co-wrote, one of the very first songs I ever wrote, with my Auntie Eileen Aubert. Mesmerized, 'cause you look brand new. Wondering what can I do to ease my pain and be perfect like you. You're a perfect picture lady hanging on my wall. You've never felt your heart break or felt a dewdrop fall. There's a dew that seems to shine in those eyes that look like mine. Oh, let me live in your world for a while. Let me live in your world till my heart can ease the pain. Then I can live in my world once again. Let me live in your world where love was not a game. I'll be a perfect picture lady once again. Perfect picture lady, once I looked like you. And I lived in a world of love and it was perfect too. Then I lost my perfect love and I lost my perfect smile. Oh, let me live in your world for a while. Let me live in your world till my heart can ease the pain. Then I can live in my world once again. When I looked like you, our love was oh so new. To be a perfect picture lady once again. Now the story I have told you happened many years ago. What happened to the lady no one ever seems to know. Sometimes when I'm lonely I hear someone whisper out, let you come and live in my world for a while. Come and live in my world till your heart can ease the pain. Then you can live in your world once again. Come and live in my world where love was not a game. You'll be a perfect picture lady once again. To be a perfect picture lady once again. My second song is a co-write with Barbara Kennedy Bruton. It's a melody that I wrote probably about 15 years ago. Put it in the closet, took it out again a couple of years ago. Struggled with a few different titles, came up with the title, The Sands of Time, which I really liked, and the first verse. Then I got together with Barbara, and she helped me finish the song and concluded with the lyrics. So here we go. I like to think of this as my fantasy song. The autumn breeze appears to be calling. Summer dreams have come to a close. Winter is here, spring is near. Time is spinning on a wheel of gold. I remember my sweet adolescence with a vision that would never die. I had so much to give, so much wonder inside, keeping my dreams alive. My life have gone quickly, more so than the sands of time. I cannot control what's been said in stone and what has been planned for a while. So I'll just sit back and not worry and dance with the stars as they glow. The joy of spring, the light of the sun, the finale of fresh fallen snow. Days of my life have gone quickly, more so than the sands of time. I cannot control what's been said in stone and what has been planned for a while. Ooh, 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 Days of my life have gone quickly, more so than the sands of time. I cannot control what's been said in stone and what has been planned for a while. The autumn breeze appears to be calling. Summer dreams have come to a close. Winter is here, spring is near. Time is spinning on a wheel of gold. Time is spinning on a wheel of gold. Time is spinning on a wheel of gold. The days of my life have gone quickly, more so than the sands of time. Thank you.